The Deathworld Council chamber was designed to intimidate. Its ceiling soared like a cathedral of black crystal, etched with the kill marks of 100 extinct species. The air was thin, dry, and laced with trace toxins harmless to council members, but lethal to most visitors. Every delegation that entered was meant to feel small, fragile, and above all, watched. At the center of the chamber sat the representatives of the 8 most dangerous worlds in known space. Apex predators in diplomatic form. These were species that evolved on planets with crushing gravity, corrosive rain, and constant war for survival. And today, they were here to evaluate a newcomer, humanity. The human delegate, Ambassador Daniel Reyes, sat alone at the far end of the obsidian table. No environmental shield, just a standard dark jacket and a small metal container he had placed on the table beside him. Councillor Vreeth of Carxes flexed his serrated mandibles. "Human," he hissed, his voice echoing through the chamber. "You stand before the Deathworld Council. Your species claims classification as a Category 12 Deathworld origin. This is disputed." Several councillors clicked, rumbled, or hissed in agreement. Earth's gravity was high, sure, its biosphere was aggressive. But humans were soft. New claws, new armor, new venom. Reyes smiled politely. "I understand," he said. "I'm happy to answer any questions." But before the interrogation could begin, a soft chime sounded from Reyes' wrist. He glanced down. "Oh, it's noon already." The translator struggled for a moment. Noon carried no tactical or ritual meaning for them. Councillor Threx leaned forward. "What is the significance of this time marker?" Reyes tapped the metal container. "Lunch." The chamber went silent. "You consume sustenance now?" Vreeth asked, a hint of disbelief in his tone. "Yes," Reyes said cheerfully. "I skipped breakfast to make the travel schedule." Several council members shifted uneasily. Feeding rituals were private affairs among Deathworld species. Eating in front of rivals was either an act of dominance or a prelude to violence. Reyes opened the container. The smell hit them first. A sharp, spicy, oily scent flooded the chamber, immediately triggering warning responses in the alien councillors. Environmental sensors screamed as volatile compounds filled the air. Councillor Neth of Sarek recoiled. "What is that?" Reyes looked surprised. "Ossery, is the smell too strong?" "It's just street food." He lifted the contents for them to see. Cooked muscle fibers, charred bright red sauces, rich in capsaicin analogues, pickled plant matter soaked in acids, grains infused with fats and salts far exceeding the safe dietary limits for most species. Several councillors' secondary eyelids slammed shut. "That substance is toxic," Threx said, his voice flat. "Our scanners confirm it." Reyes nodded. "Yeah, that's the good part." He then took a bite. A crunch, a chew, a swallow. The chamber erupted in alarm tones. He ingested it. Iran filtered. One yelled, "His digestive lining will dissolve." Another panicked. "No species can process that concentration of irritants." Reyes paused mid-chew. He said, swallowing. "It's cooked." Councillor Vreeth stood abruptly, towering over the table. "You are consuming chemical deterrents evolved to repel apex predators." Reyes shrugged. "On Earth, if food doesn't fight back a little, we call it bland." He took another bite. Sweat formed on his brow. His face flushed. His heart rate spiked, clearly visible on the council monitors. "And you experience pleasure?" Neff demanded, horrified. Reyes wiped his mouth with a napkin. "Pain is part of the flavor profile." That did it. Councillor Threx's chair scraped violently backward. "This species trains itself to endure poison for recreation." Vreeth's mandibles trembled. "Not poison," he corrected quietly. "Worse, voluntary exposure." Reyes then opened a small side container. A dark liquid sloshed inside. "Oh, almost forgot my drink." The council scanners wailed again. "Fermented biological slurry. Ethanol content confirmed. It is a neurotoxin." Reyes took a long, satisfying sip. "Ah," he sighed. "That hits the spot." Councillor Neth's voice dropped to a whisper. "He consumes toxins to relax." Suddenly, the chamber doors burst open. A junior aide rushed in, panicked. "Councillors, the medical division advises immediate evacuation. Prolonged exposure to human dietary behavior may cause psychological depression." Vreeth stared at Reyes, who was calmly finishing his meal. "You eat this daily?" Reyes nodded. Sometimes spicier silence. Then, one by one, the Deathworld Council leaders rose. Without ceremony, without threats, without pride, they fled. As the massive doors sealed shut behind them, Reyes looked around the empty chamber. "Guess I'll eat in the cafeteria next time," he muttered to himself. And that was the day the Deathworld Council unanimously voted to classify Earth as a Category 13 Deathworld. The reason they gave: any species that willingly eats like that should not be provoked. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you next time.